I am emotionally triggered and personally offended and biased. I got this tweet. I tweeted this. 90% of liberals we try to book demand money. 0% of conservatives ask for money. In fact, conservatives sometimes drive themselves even though we cover travel and accommodation. Liberals are grifters. They don't care about ideas. They care about money, and they will say anything for money. And I believe it. So we have an update for you guys for the Culture War Live event, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. We had booked Naima Trout, who is notable because she debated Charlie Kirk on Jubilee. She had agreed to come on the show in exchange for $500. This is the Culture War Live ticketed stage event. We have never offered money for Timcast IRL. We have been offered money. We have turned it down every time. We do not offer money to appear on any of the shows that I do. Naima was invited to come on the debate show about dating, and she said, how much? So apparently she had negotiated, her team had negotiated with Alex, not someone from our team, and she was offered $500. And we never pay. The events lose money. We do this because we're trying to, it's for the cause, for an impact. They came back to me, to our team yesterday saying she had received an offer for $5,000 and would be backing out of the event unless we could match or offer more. To which we responded, no, we can't do that. Now, I'll grant some respect. If I was asked to go to an event and I said, sure, I'll do it, whatever. And then like a week later, someone said, Tim, we're going to pay you to do another event. I'd hit him up and be like, guys, look, I got to take the money. Sorry. Like it's a paid gig versus. So I'm not completely bent about that. But it is a reality that conservatives never ask for money. I think to be fair, 0%, it might be 0.01% because we may have had one personality who's not a conservative, but is a prominent, is like a celebrity who kind of agrees with Trump. So anyway, here's what ends up happening. I tweet this. It's got 4,000 retweets, 811,000 views because it's true. And even Bill Maher said the same thing. And everyone's favorite, Olivia Giuliana, she is a liberal personality, tweeted 10,000 likes and I'll post screenshots of Tim's team offering me money to collab with him. I love the word collab because that literally never happened. I don't collab, but I guess semantics. People who are invited to come on the Culture War debate show, which I will also add, I wouldn't be there, as we already announced, I wouldn't be for security reasons, and we don't know yet if I will be there. She said, 10,000 likes and I'll post screenshots of Tim's team offering me money. And this just so beautifully exemplifies the point. She wouldn't just do it. She wouldn't just say, oh yeah, look, Tim offered me money. No, she says, you give me clicks and help me build up my personality and my career and my job, and maybe I'll consider being honest, of which she wasn't, because Lisa, who does our booking,
Patriot,
posted the screenshots on X showing everything, and never was she offered money. Hi, Olivia. Tim Pool is a new show, The Culture War, where two guests with opposing views. Hi, Olivia. The Temple is hosting an event July 26th in Washington, D.C. No offer of money. She said, hi, I have a prior familial obligations and will be unable to attend. Thank you for the invitation. Then an email. We would like to invite you to the Culture War at the Comedy Loft. No offer of money. And, excuse me, the other half of the email. Here's the date. Here's who's going to be there. Kat Timpf, Kyla Turner, Myron Gaines will be there. And then she even went further to include a text message with another staffer who said, we never offered her any money. So maybe she's just a lunatic who is, I don't know, talking to some random cactus and thinking it was me offering money. I don't know, but we never did. These people lie. It's what they do. I am genuinely convinced that about 90% of liberals are literally just saying whatever they have to say to make money. People like Jimmy Kimmel are no exception. Sam Cedar, well, to be fair, Sam did the show for free, so I'll give him some respect. Hassan, grifter. Krasensteins, they never asked for money. They came on the show, respect, despite not respect in other areas.
Speaking of liberals making money, Luke, how much are you getting paid to be here?
0, actually.
Oh, wow.
I'm volunteering my time.
Wow. You have...
You're well... Yeah.
Your thesis is wrong here.
Well, Luke's like an anarchist.
No, he's
not a
definitely
liberal.
He's
He's
liberal
definitely
vibes.
not a liberal.
It's giving me liberal vibes.
He's a panicking.
Well, I mean, there's other people who
mannequin.
don't like tries a panicking.
He's a panicking. Get him out of here. Get
Someone
the
seems a
Say
little bit...
donate to me, Luke's a panicking, and then watch this.
Someone seems
Donate.
just a little bit triggered, a
www.catalinaforcongress.com.
little emotional today.
No,
Emotional.
looks at
Wait,
hippie.
sorry,
I believe in freedom and you know, personal responsibility,
Are
something
you
that
saying
politicians
I'm
usually
emotional?
don't know.
What?
Something that politicians usually don't know much about.
What do we not know?
Freedom and personal responsibility.
Have you guys ever fallen into that place where you just decide, I'm going to start lying now, and then you kind of just justify it for yourself and you become that person?
No, you'd be a liberal if that was the case, because there's easy money.
Yeah, I've waved through that state of mind, and that's what's happening to these people.
That was college.
Luke, come on. How much money do you think we could make if we go all in on Israel, bro?
It's so dark.
Stop ragging on Israel. You like.
Then I got to stop talking about the Epstein list
Bro,
too.
5. Look, what if you did 10 tweets per day? You know what I mean? $70,000. Nah, they don't got a budget for that. But they might be, $7,000 per day, bro. Come on.
Hey, that's a lot of money. When the
your
IRS
soul.
took everything from me last year, I would have thought about it, but probably would have said no.
Like, it's
of course.
possible that this girl was wrong.
Don Lemon asked for $50,000.
Wow.
Dude.
I mean,
You know what?
women
I
asking,
find
guess.
that actually really insulting.
Who does he
because
think he is?
I think it's actually, no matter how much someone likes to argue here, I'm really grateful that you have people on, and people like myself, we're really honored to be able to have a platform and for you to invite us on and to have these dialogues and this conversation, because we're reaching an audience that, we might not normally. And so thank you. And I'm really
great.
insulted that people ask you for money to be on here.
There are some prominent podcasts that pay people to come on the show. And we don't do that. We won't give people money to come on Timcast IRL. We've talked about it. Like, if there's a celebrity who's not a political figure and we want them to comment on something, but we're like, that's what Culture War is for. Because if they're not if not a person who's in politics and news and doesn't know what's going on, we get specialists sometimes on the show who will be like, we had like White Coat Waste Project, and they're not news guys. They're specialists. So they don't have a lot to say on like politics of Yemen, you know what I mean? So we try to reserve that stuff for Culture War. The only Culture War events we've actually offered money for is literally this one time for Naima, because it is a stage event. We've talked about it, and I said, well, it's not the same thing as asking someone to come and sit down and have a conversation. We're asking them to be in public with an audience, selling tickets. So I think it's fair that the people who do request some kind of compensation, we would offer something. But Cat Tim didn't ask for money. Myron didn't ask for money. Michael Malice didn't ask for money. Literally no one's asked for money. In fact, even Alex Stein. Alex did it for free, right? Even Alex co-hosted for free. We lost money doing those events. I think we lost a little bit. Like we made back a good amount, and we do it for the love.
Yeah, I'm here. I flew myself out here. I'm here for free, unlike what Catalina believes. But I think it's important to have these discussions, and I'm here because I love these discussions, and I think it's important to discuss. I think it's important to argue.
That's true for
I think
all.
it's important to ask questions.
But this is true for all of us, and this is the point I'm making with this tweet. When you look at, David Pakman, his opinion's for sale. Like Hassan Piker, his opinion's for sale. Hassan Piker is simultaneously pro and anti-military-industrial complex. His business makes no sense. Right. He's like, we should be cutting off Israel because the military-industrial complex in the Middle East, but we should be giving it to Ukraine. And I'm like,
I know. It's like, what the hell?
Well, but then that's not principled. That's just based on grifter.
Grifter. I'll give Sam Cedar credit in that he came on for free. But Sam Cedar is a different kind of grifter. He makes videos about me like nonstop, and this is really funny. I'm looking straight into the camera at you, Sam. When I was sick for August, I was mercilessly sick. He didn't make one video about me because I didn't make any videos. His viewership dropped. What did it drop by? Like 20%, and his subscriber growth dropped by like 70%. When the man can't talk about me, he loses views. I'm so sorry about that. I know your kids need to eat. Different kind of grifter. But the rest of these liberals are literally like, I've got so many followers, I can make money now.
Shout out to Stephen Bonnell, who, whether you like Destiny or not, he would pay for his own travel all the time. And he's been doing that for years and years.
Yeah, but that guy's trying to get killed.
Like
Stephen,
I don't know his
Yeah,
intentions,
it's not a good
really.
situation
Bro.
to bring him up.
Hey, at least you can, I can point out in this one instance, he does pay for himself and never asks for money.
Listen, Ian.
I don't like judging people and
I
calling
think
them
one of
liberal
the biggest critiques people have of you is that you seem to be willfully obtuse.
Of course, that's my position on the show at the moment.
Okay, Destiny has celebrated death, called for killing of conservatives, said conservatives should fear death.
And Hitler loved dogs.
And then goes out in public for a public tour right after Charlie is killed.
Hey, all that stuff I condemn. A lot of that, what you just said.
My point is, you don't go on your show, mock people and praise, mock people whose friend just was murdered, praise the assassinations, after you suffered criminal charges, I think, I don't know the full details, where your kid is going online and insulting you and your wife left you, and then you say, hey guys, I'm going to go stand in public. Here's where I'll be standing. It's like, we get it, dude. We get it. You're trying to get someone to hurt you. Please, no one hurt this man. Okay, yes. He's in need of a 5150.
Yeah, he's not doing too well.
I reached out to him a couple years ago.
Pray for him doing better.
Let me ask you this. So when it comes to the financial incentive, when you come on here, especially like as a candidate, this is just from my perspective, right? Or anybody, you're subjecting yourself to if somebody disagrees with you, horrible, comments. I don't even want to see the comment section here. You're subjecting yourself to vulnerability in terms of anybody can take a clip or misconstrue what you're trying to say, manipulate what you're trying to say when that's not actually what you're trying to say. There's a huge liability in doing that, yet people still come on here to have these discussions because that's worth the ultimate backlash. Do you think in their mind they think that it's only worth to come on? It's not right, but when there's a financial incentive because you're putting yourself in that. I
guarantee you there is a number I can give most liberals where they will change their opinions in 2 seconds.
Yep.
Conservatives, absolutely not.
Right. They can just be bought.
I say this of 90% of conservatives because I think it's absolute. Because the way I put it is 90% of liberals are grifters, 90% of conservatives are honest to their mission. That means you can find some conservatives, but I guarantee you, if I went to anybody in the Turning Point building and said, I would give you $100,000 right now, cash, here you go, suitcase, all you need to do is I'm going to film a video of you renouncing Christ. They would say, never, never. But I know that I can go to liberals, a good majority, to be fair, some of them may weigh 100,000 against their multi-million-dollar enterprise and say no. But the average run-of-the-mill liberal who's like wanting to come on the show, I bet if I said, give you $100,000 to be conservative, they'd go, okay.
Yeah, because you got like 2 years of money for a guy making $50K, and he's like, all I got to say is some lie, and then I can spend the next couple of years making up for it.
Because they don't actually believe in what they say. There's no principle in there, what they believe.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.